Hello children, today we will read adverb chapter 22, that is continued. Last time we had read half and now we will read relative adverbs. A relative adverb joins two clauses by relating itself to a noun, its antecedent, and indicates a time, place, person or manner. These adverbs, the adverbs where refers to place, when refers to time, why refers to reason, how refers to manner, look like. Interrogative adverbs but do the work of joining or relating two clauses. Read the following sentences for a better understanding. I know the house where he lives. Here, house is the noun and where is the relative adverb, and house is the antecedent of the adverb where. Antecedent means used before, the noun used before. So I know the house. House is the noun or the antecedent of adverb where. I know the house where he lives. It refers to place. I know the time when the train comes. And here, time is the noun and when is our relative adverb. And time is the antecedent to when, which refers to time. Number 3, I know the reason why he remained absent. Here, reason is the noun and why is our adverb of reason. And here reason is the antecedent of why. Number 4, I know the manner how the work is done. Here manner is a noun, how is our relative adverb, and manner is used as the antecedent to how. In the above sentences, the words where, when, why, how are related to their antecedents, house, time, region and manner respectively. These words join two clauses in each sentence given above. So there are two sentences. You see, I know the house is one sentence and the house where he lives is another sentence, and they are joined by the relative adverb where. Number 2, the following relative adverbs can be replaced by when is replaced by in or on which. Example, I do not know the day when he came, or in place of when we can use on which he came. I do not know the day on which he came. Second one, where can be replaced by in or at which. Example, I know the house where he lives, and otherwise we can say I know the house in which he lives. Number 3, why. This can be replaced by for which. Example, I know the reason why he failed. We can write or say I know the reason for which he failed. Then comes the forms of adverbs. Different classes of adverb may have the same form. Example, he has moved very far. Very far, here far indicates place. Number 2, his condition is far better now, and here far indicates adverbs of degree, means how far it is better. Number 3, when did the train come? Here when, the adverb interrogative adverb is used to ask a question. Number 4, I know the time when the train came in. Here the same adverb when is used in another sense, that is relative adverb. It refers to the time here. Time is used as the antecedent to the adverb when. So the adverbs are used in different meanings. Number 4. Some adverbs and adjectives have the same form but are used differently. Example, section A is the adverb, section B is the adjective. See the difference? He comes here daily. Here is used as adverb of place. He comes here daily. In the second sentence, the Sambad is a daily paper. He comes here daily. Daily is our adverb of time. And the Sambad is a daily paper. Sambad is a paper. What kind of paper? Daily paper. And here daily is used as adjective. The same form but used differently. Here daily is used as adverb, and in the second sentence daily is used as adjective. He bowls first. Here first is the adverb. It describes it to the verb bowls. In what manner he bowls? He bowls very first. He is a first bowler, and here first is used as adjective. He is a bowler. What kind of bowler? He is a first bowler. Number 3. Be quick. Be quick. Quick refers to or modifies to the verb be. And in the second sentence, he gave a quick reply. He gave a reply. What kind of reply? A quick reply. The same word quick is used as adjective in the second sentence. Don't speak so loud. Here loud is the adverb that modifies to the verb speak. In what manner he speaks? In a loud. You speak in a loud voice. Voice is our noun and loud is adjective. You speak in a loud voice. What kind of voice? Loud voice. In the above sentences, the adverbs modify a verb in section A and an adjective. In the above sentences, the adverbs modify a verb or an adjective, while the adjectives modify a noun. In the second category, the adjective modifies to the noun. In the first category, the adverb modifies to the verb or to another or to an adjective. Then number 5. Some adverbs have two forms having different meanings. See the example. He came late. He came late. This is the opposite of early. Second sentence. I have not seen him lately. Here lately is used in another meaning, that is recently. I found a house quite near. Near is not away or not in a large distance. I have nearly finished the work. Here nearly indicates almost. I have nearly finished the work or almost finished the work. So in this way, some adverbs have two forms having different meanings. Number 6. Some adverbs are sometimes used as nouns with prepositions coming before them. Example, that place is far away from here. Here in this sentence, from is our preposition and here is adverb. And the preposition from is used before the adverb. And here the adverb refers to a noun. It refers to this place. That place is far away from this place. Instead of writing this place, the adverb here is used which does the work of a noun. Second example, I never saw him angry before now. So I never saw him angry before now. Before is our preposition and now is the adverb of time. And in place of now, we can write this time. I never saw him angry before this time. This time is the noun, but instead of this time, now is written. This is the adverb of time and this does the work of the noun. Number 7. Some adverbs are sometimes used as adjectives. Example 1. The above statement is false. The statement is false. So which statement is false? Above statement. So above is the adverb, but here it is used as an adjective to describe the statement. The then Prime Minister changed the rules. The Prime Minister changed the rules. So to describe the Prime Minister, which Prime Minister? The then Prime Minister changed the rules. So then is the adverb of time, here used as adjective. Number 3. The up train will come late today. The train will come late today. Which train? The up train. So here up adverb of place, and it refers to describes to the noun train. Therefore it is used as an adjective. The up train. Which train? The up train will come late today. Number 8. The definite article the is used as an adverb before two comparative adjectives or adverbs to show the degree of one event or situation is related to the degree of another one. Example, the sooner the better. It means how much sooner, so much better. The more the merrier. So how much the more you have, the merrier you are, or the happier you are. So in this way, the definite article the is used as an adverb before two comparative adjectives. Sooner is our comparative, better is also comparative. Again, the more the merrier. The more is a adverb, and merrier is also adverb. Number 9. The use of the as a pronoun. The use of the as a pronoun and as adverb. And also the is used before an adjective or an adverb to emphasize that something is bigger, better, etc. than all others, or as good or big as it is possible to be. Example, I have the worst experience this time. He likes you the most. So here the is used before an adjective. Here worst adjective or an adverb to emphasize that something is bigger or better than all others, or as good or big as it is possible to be. He likes you the most. So the is used before these adjectives or adverbs. Formation of adverbs. Adverbs are mainly formed by adding ly to adjectives. See the example clearly. So clear is our adjective, and when we add ly to it, it becomes an adverb. Wise is adjective. By adding ly, it becomes wisely the adverb. Quick is adjective. By adding ly, it becomes adverb. Clever is adjective, and by adding ly, it becomes an adverb. Then two nouns. Example, daily. Day is a noun, and when we add ly, it becomes daily. Month is a noun. By adding ly, it becomes monthly. Week is a noun. By adding ly, it becomes weekly. These are the adverbs formed from the nouns day, month, week. Then number 2, by adding a preposition, we can form adverbs. First one, by adding preposition to adverbs. Here is our adverb. By adding preposition by, this becomes hereby. Herewith, here is adverb, with is preposition. Hereafter, here is adverb, after is our preposition. becomes adverb hereafter. Wherein, where is our adverb of place. By adding in it becomes wherein. Then by two nouns, as or a means on, and the adverbs can be formed as a head, a side, a shore, a sleep, a way, etc. Then adding by adding b means by, besides, betimes, etc. Then the other words indeed, today, tomorrow, etc. So by adding prepositions like to and be, by, we can form the adverbs. Then number 3, by adding different prefixes and suffixes to words. 1. Meantime, meanwhile, midnight, midday, etc. So time, meantime, time is there, we added prefix mean, it became meantime. To while, it is added mean as a prefix, it became meanwhile. To night, we added mid as a prefix, it became midnight, and likewise midday. Then the suffixes will be added. Homeward, home is there, we added the suffix homeward. Like is there, added suffix wise, it became likewise. Back is there, we added ward, the suffix, it became backward. Head is there, we added suffix long, it became headlong. So in this way, by adding prefixes and suffixes to some words, the adverb can be formed. Number 4, adverbs of number. Number are formed as 1, once, 2, twice, 3, thrice, threefold, 4, fourfold, many, manifold, etc. So these are the adverbs of number which are formed in this manner. Then comes comparison of adverbs. Many adverbs can be compared like adjectives. The comparative and the superlative degrees are formed from the positive in the following manner. Number 1, by adding er for the comparative and est for the superlative if the adverb is of one syllable, means that is a short word. Positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. In positive, it is first. By adding er in comparative, it is made faster, and superlative est is added and it became fastest. Like this, near, nearer, nearest. And the other way is by placing more for the comparative and most for the superlative before the positive. In positive, it is gladly. Comparative, it became more gladly. Superlative, it became most gladly. Positive, skillfully. Comparative, more skillfully. And superlative, most skillfully. Then there are some adverbs whose comparative and superlative degrees are formed in an irregular way. There is no special method or special rule to form this. And now I give a few examples here, and you can follow your book, the textbook or the grammar book, to have some more examples. Positive degree, far. Comparative, farther. Superlative, farthest. Positive degree, little. Comparative, less. Superlative, least. Positive, ill or badly. Comparative, worse, and superlative degree, worst. So in this way, there are so many adverbs who do not have any regular form. You have to by heart or know all these, and some more examples are given in your textbook. You have to by heart all this. And this is very important because there is no specific rule for this. And now the exercise is given to you. Write the exercise in your grammar notebook and write this with questions and answer. First you write one question, thereafter it's a answer. Today this much. Again we will meet in the next period.